In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Google Analytics to track the stats for all of your lead capture websites to track stuff like your conversions, how many hits you're getting to your pages, where the traffic is coming from, if it's coming from online and stuff like that. So the first step you're going to need to do is you're going to need to create a Google Analytics account. So I recommend you just Google Analytics in Google, click on this link here, and then click on Access Analytics. Now, if you don't have a Google account, just right under here you can hit Sign Up Now and hit Create a Google account. You can create it with your own email address. So if you have a email address like your name at yourwebsite.com, you don't have to have a Gmail account to create a Google account. So you can access Analytics. And by the way, Analytics is free. So I'm going to just click on this button, access it with a test account I set up just for this demo video. And then from there, you just click on sign up. And of course, this is free, so it's not going to cost you anything. And really, the reason I set up Google Analytics to track the stats is it's going to be way more advanced and way better than anything that I could ever create for you as a, or my team of programmers. Analytics is free. They've probably spent years and millions of dollars setting it up, so there's no reason not to use it because it's really, really good for tracking the stats. So once you've done that, you actually want to add a domain name so that you can track it. So what I want you to do is go over to your domain name and your profile. Make sure this is, I'm under a test account, so it says test2. So make sure this is your unique domain name. From there, I'm going to copy it. I don't want any forward slashes under here because it's going to automatically propagate all those forward slashes and track everything. And then just come into here and paste it in. Now, it already has this HTTP, so we can delete it. So it's just test2.instantbizwebsites.com. And of course, this test2 should be your unique name or your unique user interface. So if it's Calvin Curry, if it was for me, or if it's Joe Schmo or whatever it is, make sure this is unique to you. Don't use what I'm using here in this demo video. From there, you can name it. You can leave it the name of this, or if you're going to use it for multiple websites, you could put lead capture websites or something like that. From there, you want to select your country, your time zone. I'm in Eastern time zone. I'm going to hit continue. From here, you just want to enter your basic info. Let's see, it's Calvin Curry or territory. I'm in Florida. Where's Florida? Okay, so I selected United States, hit continue. You want to agree to their terms, and I'm just going through this is the first time I've set up Google Analytics with this account. Hit create an account, and from there, what you actually need is you don't want all this code here. We just need we're just hitting save and finish at this point. It'll give us the code in just a minute. Hit save and finish, and from there, let me see here. Click on that. Okay, so I just went back because I hit the wrong thing, but I'm back in the second or one of the steps when setting this up. And what you actually need is you need this UA code, and I'm sure you can find it later on. But I'm not real great at Google Analytics. I can only do the very, very basics. So in this step of setting up your new account, if this is the first time you set up your Google Analytics account, you want to look for this. This is normally what people will add to their whole entire website, but we don't need that. You just need this UA code. So if you want to do Control F for Control Find and just pop in UA, that's one way to find it. But what we need is this UA code. So I'm just going to save this right now, and I'm going to show you where to put that in just a minute. So after I hit save and finish, it's going to add that to my account. Right now, I don't have the tracking code working because I haven't added it. So that should be it. I'm going to come back in just a minute and show you more stuff with Google Analytics. But right now, let's go back to your user interface. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see this. And let me show you where to add that UA code that I just gathered. And you don't want to grab, most of the time you would grab that whole entire snippet of code that I showed you for normal websites. But for this website, we don't need that. This actually works with Google's API. I know that may sound techy, but we only need the UA code to get this thing to work. So what you need to do is go to your dashboard or whatever it is, click under Website Management, and click under Google Analytics. And I'm just going to click under Google Analytics code, and then this right here, please enter a Google Analytics code. Click on that link right there, and then it says please enter a Google Analytics code. You see this little text box. I'm going to hit that back, and I'm going to paste in my UA code. And then from there, I'm going to hit save. Okay. Now you don't have to propagate this across all of your pages, because this works where it's not going to track your your user interface, but it's going to track all of your pages that are set up. So after we're done with that, if you want to just verify that you've set it up, I think you can do it. You know, this is so advanced that I normally forget where everything is at, but there should be an area where you can actually confirm it or something like that. There it is. I just clicked on, just so you see what I did, I just clicked on edit, and it says tracking unknown. If you wanted to check status to make sure that it's working, oh, it shows it's not installed. I think it is, but okay, there's the UA code. So if you didn't, you missed that in the beginning. But this probably needs a minute to refresh. We'll come back in that and check it in a minute. It's probably going to be working. Okay, so I'm going to go over to the Google Analytics homepage and just give you some basic information on where you can find some training on this. Let me actually pull up a separate account and show you the basic stuff that I use. What I normally do once this is installed and it's working, let me just go back, is I just click under this view report. And right now there's no stats in this area, but let me show you an account that I have on a different page. Let me pull that up. This is what stats looks like. You'll see it has a bar. You can slide your mouse over it. It'll show you how many visits you got each of the days. It shows you visits, page views, how long people stayed on the site, new visit, your bounce rate. You can learn what all this is about. I'll show you where in just a minute. But here's what I like the best. Down here at under, and this is the default settings. I did not modify anything here, at least not that I know of. These can drag and drop, so if you change your layout, this may change areas. But what this down here will show you is it'll show you the actual extensions that people are clicking on. So for an example, for this sample website that I have pulled up here, request.index or request whatever here got 18 and 57 visits. And then we got the complete step is 4 visits. So you're going to see a bunch of different variations, and these are going to be based off of your different pages. So for an example, if you're tracking let me just go over here and view some of these. If you're tracking your free home seller site, that's going to have a / extension of this. So you would actually see this for the home page. For the second page, you would see the content tab, right? Let me pause that video. So that's what would actually show up in your Google Analytics right here. It would just show these / extensions. And then if it showed, let me pull up the other thing real quick. If you were tracking the homes for sale, it's going to be a completely different website or / let me just make sure this video doesn't play. Then this right here, you see this is / free home seller report. This website
a free list of homes for sale
is free home list / request. So that's how you would actually track through all of your different Google Analytics what is what. So that's an easy way to do it. So if you're trying to track which websites are getting visits, your free home seller report is going to say freehomesellerreport.com / or not .com, free home seller report / request. Then the free home list is going to be free home list / request. And you can track your conversions and all of your hits, what pages are getting visited, right down here in your pages area. So that's how to actually track each individual lead capture website. And of course you can track your overall site all together right in this area. So that's my quick overview of what I use it as. Let me actually show you some of Google Analytics training resources so you can actually check that. Producter, if you go to like features for an example, this will give you some basic information on different stuff or features within Google Analytics. And if you go to Google Analytics, I think it's Producter, there's a bunch of, it's kind of an overview of what Google Analytics does.
Google Analytics is the next generation web analytics.
But I'm going to pause this, but there's like 6 little short videos that kind of explain different stuff about it. Then the other areas where I found some good training stuff, and you can always go to YouTube too. YouTube's a great area to learn about Google Analytics and a lot of different other stuff. But like for an example, support, there's this help center that has all of these documents. Let's wait for this to load. I don't know why it's going slow, but there's a bunch of other support documents here that explain a lot of other different information. So that's a basic overview of where you can get some stuff to learn more about Google Analytics. What I showed you in my Google Analytics account is pretty much as far as I go for using it. I don't use a bunch of fancy stuff there. So that's pretty much it. That's really as easy as it gets. And installing your UA code, I think it was called, under Google Analytics code is where this all works. So you can see this UA code that I set up. That's how that's done. So let me just do one last thing and check my account to see if I installed it right. Let me go back and see if we did that right. Oh wait, we go on, click on edit, that's right. So click edit and you can hit check status. And if for some reason you're having issues, it may take time. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to check this. I need to double check that it's updated recently. But you want to make sure that this says tracking installed and working. And normally it will check that. And sometimes somebody has to hit the pages a few times before it realizes that somebody's visiting the site and it works. So that's how that works. If you're having a problem after you know that your website's been visited and you're having a problem with the UA code, doesn't seem to be working, contact support. We'll look into it. It should track, and we'll make sure that everything's working for you. If you need more additional help or something's confusing here, you can always contact support. We'll be happy to help you out. Have a good day.